Let's talk a little bit about, this is some information that came from T-Mobile CEO Eugene, aka Sweaty Armpits, aka Mike Seaver. In speaking at an investor event meeting, I think it's that same JP Morgan investor event, CEO of T-Mobile spoke about the company's direction, their mission, what they wanted to do, their goals, and other things like that. And what I want to do is I want to take his statements and I want to call them true or false. We'll take his statements, and if they're true, we'll call them true. And if they're false, we'll call them false. So here on the SMT podcast on the channel, we call a spade a spade. If something is true, you call it like it is. If something is false, you put it out there. All right. Now, for the most part, and this has mostly been the case, AT&T, they shoot pretty straight. They've done evil things in the past. I've not always been a big fan of what they've done. They're better today than they've been in the past. So to me, AT&T is trending up. Verizon, they're a mixed bag. They were really crappy when it came to the treatment of their customers. They were throttling firefighters. They were price gouging people with unlimited plans back in the day. Then Hans Vesper comes in. They get a little bit better. Then they start to do some more slimy stuff with the EBB program. It's all over the place, right? They're a mixed bag. T-Mobile, on the other hand, has always been a consumer advocate. They've always been willing to compete fiercely for business. John Leisure, the Un-carrier era, all of that. They're willing to compete for business. They're fierce competitors. But the thing about T-Mobile that I don't like, all the great things that they are and what they've done, is they're the most dishonest carrier. Meaning like they exaggerate a lot. They lie a lot. They don't tell the whole story. They twist the narrative. They try to control it and spin it to make themselves look better. That's just how corporate America is. It's just a painful reminder that T-Mobile is no different than any other carrier. They're loud. They're boisterous. They exaggerate. All those things. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at Eugene's lying sandwich. So truth and lie. All right. So number one, this was this first statement that we'll look at. Quote, "We've caught up with the other guys on LTE." That is false. 100% false. Not only is T-Mobile's LTE network not as big as the other two LTE networks, it's also not as reliable. And for the most part, most customers are connecting to LTE. In fact, even if you are on a 5G connection on AT&T, Verizon, or T-Mobile, most of the time it's using LTE as the anchor. So for those of you that don't know what non-standalone 5G is, most connections are non-standalone 5G. All Verizon is non-standalone 5G. All AT&T is non-standalone 5G. 95% of T-Mobile is non-standalone 5G. So it all uses LTE. Plus there is regular LTE that people are connected to. So we're talking about regular band 2, band 66, band 12, right? All that stuff. Not only is T-Mobile not have as much LTE as the other competitors, but their LTE is not even as reliable. So to say that they've caught up with the other two, that is 100% false. As much as I can call a spade and say that T-Mobile has made incredible improvements, no carrier has improved as drastically so fast as T-Mobile. I mean, in Ohio, their network was so bad 5 years ago. How far it's come along today is incredible. That's a testament to their Band 71 upgrades. And at the same time, they've done the 66 and the Band 2s and the Band 12s and all that. So calling a spade, they've improved a lot. But they are not up to Verizon and they are not up to AT&T and LTE. No way. So that's a lie. Item number 2. We're the only company that had an improved churn in Q1. That is wrong. T-Mobile actually had the worst churn rate in Q1 of 2021. They had the highest industry churn. They're actually still reporting separate churn rates. They're still reporting T-Mobile branded churn, and they're still reporting Sprint branded churn rates by itself. So again, Eugene lying, twisting the narrative, trying to spin it to make themselves look better than they actually are. So I wouldn't be judging them if they were telling the truth, but they're choosing to lie and stretch the truth and basically just make things up like people aren't going to pull the receipts out. The truth is that they're still responsible for Sprint churn. I think the bigger problem here is this. It's been a year since the merger, and T-Mobile is still reporting churn separate for Sprint. Because that tells me something really, really important. Mike Sievert and the T-Mobile executive team do not respect the Sprint customer. They know that they're liable to churn because the reason that most people had Sprint and not T-Mobile was because Sprint probably offered better coverage in their market.